Amazing, isn't it, when you see celebrities, they've got their riches, they've got all the public adoration that they like, and more importantly, you and I have paid for many years over those years to give them the lifestyle that they craved. The latest one is none other than the rocker Bruce Springsteen, who's now publicly announced that if the 45th President of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump, gets back into power, then he's quitting the USA. So he won't be able to sing, will he? Born in the USA again. I know I'm being glib. But, again, let me just point out that Mr. Springsteen has a brand new tour looming, and of course, tickets aren't exactly flying off the shelves simply because, they're very costly and we're all in a cost of living crisis. But again, what we've got is celebrities making a big issue about political statements. And one this week has really, really, absolutely exploded. And you have to ask the question, why? Good morning, Neil Sean here in the very heart of London. That's right, the beautiful Frank Matcham Victoria Palace Theatre. Mr. Matcham celebrated his birthday. I won't say how old, of course. We lost him many, many years ago. But what a legacy he left behind. Some wonderful theatrical emporiums, including this one, the Victoria Palace, I think opened in 1911. And of course, the world famous London Palladium, Hackney Empire, so many, the Hippodrome in Derby. Just, look up his work. What a guy he was. He was the go-to man to literally create the world of theatre. And what a legacy, as I say, he left behind. Can't be saying really of the celebrities that are now hitting out and becoming incredibly political. As you know, earlier this week, a film star that has been much revered and actually had something of a career revival a couple of years back by starring in the streaming sort of series Feud, based on Betty Davis and Joan Crawford's infamous making of the 1962 classic Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. We're talking Susan Sarandon, and she became absolutely political. Now, you can see from these headlines exactly what she said. We don't need to repeat them. Very quickly, her agency decided to dump her, and quite a few projects have now bitten the dust. But is she regretful? No. In fact, according to a very well-placed source out in the States, she's looking for places, chat shows, who are now willing to take her on to explain exactly what she meant and, more importantly, give her side of the story. She says she's empathetic, inclusive, and more importantly, a very caring person. I've only met her briefly on the red carpet, couldn't possibly say. And for many a generation, of course, they fell in love with her, all thanks to the wonderful movie Thelma and Louise. You remember that one with Brad Pitt? But you see, it's an interesting thing, isn't it? Over here in the United Kingdom, a former well-loved presenter, Carol Vorderman, recently quit the BBC because she'd rather, although she says, a lot of people are speculating that the BBC, in fact, did tell her, let me point that out, and as ever we have to say allegedly, but she apparently wanted to leave her job at the BBC because she's already quite rich. She's made millions off the back of you and me with diet boats, TV appearances, all manner of, type of paraphernalia that they associate themselves with, merchandise branding. But she doesn't want to lose her political voice. And by staying with the BBC, she felt she would. So Susan Sarandon is clearly going down the same path. But is it quite terrible when stars like this do this? Does it put you off them, even re-watching any of their movies again? If you look at Cher and Barbara Streisand, they've equally said that they're ready to quit the United States if, of course, Trump gets back in again. Big statements, but they never truly follow through, do they? All the other celebrities that were allegedly going to be quitting, of course, the United States are still there. It's there to sell themselves. Barbara has a memoir out, Cher has a new album, Bruce has tickets. I'm not quite sure yet exactly what Susan Sarandon was trying to sell, but either way, it's been sold incredibly badly. But do you agree with celebrities speaking out politically? I really would love to know what you think, and as I said, does it put you off them in the end? Do like and share as ever if you get the chance. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.